Wilhelm? Mostly let me know if the music is too loud. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Ah, okay. Okay. Let me know what happens if the music's too loud or not. That's all caps locked. Oops. Game is good, I'm quiet. Although more than that mean the game is too loud. It's not there, I can turn that up anyways. Let me know if that's too much. Cause it might have just been that I wasn't talking towards the mic at the time, so. The game seems really loud in my ears. I might turn that down. Adjust the volume. Apparently not. Okay, look at this. Okay, there. That feels better on my ear. How's the music volume? Good, okay, cool. That should be all good there. Okay. Huh. Interesting. No, we're not doing that. There we go. Let's start it up. Okay, I believe I did everything I needed to. Done. Successfully changed. Okay, okay. Switch over to this screen. Okay. Just let me know throughout the stream if it goes quiet at all. Okay. So, new series idea for the channel. This is something I've been kind of debating on a lot. And I wasn't feeling the roguelike situation. It wasn't really calling to me. So I felt like going with something I enjoy a little bit more, which Pokemon. I love my roguelikes, don't get me wrong. But not enough that I think for a stream right now anyways. Maybe eventually, as like maybe a multiplayer situation. But regardless, I think for me personally, doing something Pokemon related is much more my style. So, something I had on my mind for a while, and something I've done quite a bit on certain games, but not every game, is playing through the game with just my starter Pokemon. It's something I've really enjoyed doing, on my own. I've done it a lot for some reason, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Funny enough with them coming out tomorrow. Wilhelm, you're in chat. I'm just gonna call my rival Wilhelm. lately that's usually what I call my rivals. So yeah, good friend of mine. So for anybody in chat who doesn't know who Wilhelm is, can't you make this awkward? Regardless. So yeah, so something that I really enjoyed is playing through the Pokemon games with just my starter, and just seeing like how fun it is to take the starting Pokemon and really open up the game. And by the end, you really do feel like your starter is really overpowered, and it's just a lot of fun doing so, in my opinion. So that's something I wanted to bring to stream. And eventually, I will be doing it with all the starters. But also, this gives me a chance to kind of like ease some of my stuff into maybe YouTube content as well. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do this challenge that I really enjoy, but also make it a challenge where we can see maybe like exactly what Pokemon is the best in each game or each region. Specifically for Gen 1, it'll be like the Gen 1 games. It's not going to be I'm going to play through Yellow as well. There's no point in playing through Yellow as well. You get Pikachu and that's it. So comparing Pikachu to the other three isn't really fair, because that Pikachu doesn't evolve. So like Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise have much higher stats than Pikachu, so Pikachu is going to struggle against a lot more than these three will. So I won't be playing through Yellow. So these ones, I'll just be playing through Blue, because Red and Blue are the same. And this kind of, yeah, gives us an idea of like, oh, what Pokemon is the best if you're going to go back and play Red and Blue? Which starter? Of course, that's just looking at just the starter. We're not going to look at like other Pokemon you can get through the playthrough, because at that point, it's whatever you choose. You're going to have as much fun or challenge depending on every different kind of rule set you can add to yourself. But I want to look at it as just what Pokemon is fun, that you can pick up the game, pick up a Pokemon, and play through the game with just that one. So, I figured that was just, it's a neat idea that I've been thinking about as my cat just claws down my back. So with that in mind, we're going to start with the very first Pokemon in the Pokedex, the grass starter, and my favorite, personally, Bulbasaur. It's also why you can see on screen at the bottom there, I have a bar with all three starters' final evolutions, as well as each significant battle as the columns. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. And I feel like I'm talking a lot more than usual. I don't know. I feel out of breath already, and it's weird. I don't know, maybe just kind of excited. Or trying to explain my thoughts in my head, which isn't necessarily going across well, but whatever. Drink some water. So, after each fight, we will stop, and we will rank how difficult each fight is for that starter. So that's why these graphs are on here. And at the very end, we will average their score up. I already got the math done on that part, and I also will look at it, what level the Pokemon is at the end of the game. Because if Venusaur beats the game at level 82, but then Charizard beats the game at 95, it would suggest that I had to grind a lot more for the Charizard, so therefore it probably was a harder playthrough, because there was more grinding. So, I wanted to give it a little bit more of like a, hey, obviously this was harder, so the levels are going to matter. I am setting all three starters at a base level of 5, because all three starters will be way over leveled for the game. So it makes it so that it feels easier, but technically we have to over level no matter what to get through the game as just one Pokemon. So it's essentially giving all three of them points against just innately, because it is, there's certain things that have to happen for them to do it. Regardless, this is fight 1, so let's get into it. This one's a toss-up for me. So, I'm going to talk about what my idea for this fight and how we're going to rank it. And I think, Wilhelm, you're in chat right now, so maybe you can add to your thought about this. This fight doesn't matter. You can lose this, you can win this, it doesn't matter. The result is the same. So, in my head, I was thinking, if a starter wins the fight, it gets a 0 no matter what. If they lose the fight, it's a 5. I didn't want to give it a 10, because it's like, oh, I lost the fight, obviously it's hard. But, again, these fights don't matter. So, I didn't want to just straight away give it a 5 and be like, ha ha ha, you lost this fight, sucks to be you. Because that just doesn't make sense. But also, if they win it, it's like, I don't know. I'm thinking 0-5, that's it. It's just, oh, you lost it, well, it doesn't matter, so give you the average score. Or if you win it, it's like, it still doesn't matter, so like it's gonna be a 0, not really impacting the score. I could just give them a 5 no matter what and ignore this fight. Or just remove this fight from the columns. I'm not sure. But regardless, for now, until maybe more input, I'm going to go with win the fight, you get 0 for difficulty. If you lose the fight, you get 5. All the ratings will be out of 10 anyways. I think I forgot to mention that. Every fight will be out of 10. 0 being the easiest. Or, we could do 1. I actually didn't think about that part. If it should be 1 or 0. Probably 1. Most things are 1. So we'll say, if the Pokemon wins, they get a 1. If they lose, they get a 5. That's my thought. Oh, crit. I think a Bulbasaur would have won this fight if it wasn't for the crit. I won't use potions, not right now. Again, this fight doesn't matter, so I don't want to waste resources. But throughout the playthrough, absolutely, items are on the table. Oh, the Gen 1 miss hurts. That's actually brutal. Alright, Bulbasaur lost. Bulbasaur's gonna have 5. Rival 1 fight, Bulbasaur lost, adding a 5 to it. That's brutal. So right now, Bulbasaur has an average score because I've already set the levels at 5. I'll increase them if they have to grind higher than the rest. It's going to be comparable to the others. So if all 3 end the game around 80%, then they all stick at 5. Like I said earlier, say Charizard's at 92, Venusaur's at 75. Well, I'm going to scale that up for Venusaur, or for Charizard, sorry. But still leave Venusaur at 5. Like, none of them are going to lower than 5. It's just, we'll compare, like, even if, say, like, Blastoise was 85, Charizard's 90, but Venusaur's only 80, I would just give Charizard a lot more points, and then Blastoise a little bit more points, and leave Bulbasaur at 5. The other important thing is, every battle we get into, we're gonna fight. It may slow down the playthrough, but it's gonna make them all fairly even then. And hopefully reduce as much grinding as possible. There's a few things I'm excited to see. I don't think Brock's gonna be as difficult for Charmander as most people would think. I gotta see. If we can get Charmander to equal or higher level than Onix pretty naturally, I actually feel like Charmander might have an easier time than people think, though. Because there's one thing to remember. Onix has shit attack, and its special isn't that great either. So Charmander with Ember might be able to be okay. I know it's resisted, but like it's still shit special, so. This is wild. This is a level 5 Pidgey in the wild. We may lose right here. Thankfully, Gust is normal in this game. If it was flying, we would have already lost. This is brutal. Sand attack! Cool. That's awesome. Love that for us. Okay, well. So we've lost every fight we've been in so far. Remember when I said Bulbasaur's my favorite? So yeah, this is going to be a very lengthy series, honestly. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited though to see how it goes. So we'll do obviously Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. We'll go from there. Oh my goodness, Sand Attack! Oh, crit finally, something on our side. Unintentionally playing 2 Game Boy games this week is hilarious, so. So, you will see, eventually, we will be catching a few other Pokemon, but it's solely for HMs. So one thing to note is that it's not that we're just playing through the game with just our starter. It's just our starter in battle. So when we do have to start getting some other Pokemon for HMs, those Oh, I didn't go get the parcel. Oops. Yeah. When we get those HM slaves, essentially, those HM Pokemon, we will be using them for the HM reasons, but anytime we can, they'll be in the PC. So, unfortunately, some of the things like Lieutenant Surge will have to have a Pokemon with Cut in our party. That's the other thing. I'm not teaching... Unless it's a decent move, like, I might teach our Pokemon Strength. I'll definitely be teaching Surf. But I'm not going to teach them an HM just because they can learn it. I want it to be as fair as possible, so I'm going to try to make sure that all the starters have a good moveset each. Not just, oh, well, Venusaur can learn Cut, so I'm going to give it Cut to reduce on HM slaves. I'm not doing that. That's not a fair comparison then, because then it's like, oh, sure, Blastoise might be better then, but Blastoise gets Surf and Strength, both of which are decent moves, whereas Venusaur has to then carry Cut. So really, it only has 3 good moves. So, yeah. HM Pokemon will be in our parties at times. Luckily, in this game, it should only be 2 to 3 ever. Cut, Fly, Strength, Surf. But Cut is only used for 2 spots in the game. After that, you don't need it again. So then it's just Strength, Surf, and Fly for... And we're only gonna have Fly just for, like, ease. And even then, it's for, like, 2 spots in the game as well. Getting to Cinnabar Island, you're gonna want to fly to, Pallet Town here. And then probably flying back to Viridian to take on Giovanni. We might use it from Fuchsia back up to Saffron. But we'll see. A couple notable things. We will be taking on Rival 2 after Viridian Forest. it doesn't make sense to try to brute force our way right now against Rival 2, when Rival 2 is like level 9, I think is its strongest. It doesn't matter which starter we pick, that none of the starters are going to be ready to take on Rival 2 right now. Even fighting every wild and say, like, if Charmander is able to beat Rival 1, it's still not going to be a high enough level to take on Rival 2. So, it makes the most sense to just get them all through Verdian Forest, go back, beat Rival 2 then, or take on Rival 2. I say beat, but we'll see. I think that rivalry fight you do have to win to clear it, so... I actually don't remember, but I think you do have to win that to clear it. I'm pretty positive Rival 1's the only one you technically can lose. Also, while I do have an order down there, there will probably be times when I skip around. Think Charmander. I don't think we're going to be able to take on Misty the same point for Charmander as we do with, say, Bulbasaur. And that will reflect in their scores. If we have to go down and do Route 24, Rival 3, 25, Route 25, if we have to do all that, then obviously Charmander is struggling against Misty, so... And it probably will have to do that. In the same boat, like, we may have to do a couple more things with Squirtle to get past Lieutenant Surge. And again, it will reflect in the scores. Which I know some people may be like, oh, well, then Bulbasaur's going to have way lower scores because it'll be so overleveled by the endgame fights that it should struggle against. But you gotta remember that, especially in the early games, but probably for every game, most of these Pokemon have very limited movesets. Early games, more limited, but like, I'm thinking even like, late game Heart Gold Soul Silver, Typhlosion's moveset still sucks. Sceptile's moveset still sucks, and he's definitely preferred in the late game. So, while yes, some of these Pokemon will get easier matchups in the end game, some of the tougher challenges they may still come up against, they may still struggle even being overleveled. Like, Venusaur against Blaine is probably going to be a problem. Even though I imagine at that point, our starters will be 10 to 20 levels higher than Blaine. If Blaine hits a Fire Blast, while it may not kill Venusaur, it's probably going to hurt quite a bit. And Venusaur may not be able to one-shot Blaine's Pokemon. Although I think Venusaur gets Earthquake, we'll see. If Venusaur gets Earthquake, it might actually be GG's. William, if you're watching still, can you let me know what Pokemon learns Cut? Because I don't think Rattata does, so I want to know what early Pokemon I can get that learns Cut. I feel like Rattata doesn't, but I can't remember. I feel like at one point I played one of these games, one of the early generation games, thought Rattata could learn Cut. Oh, he doesn't force the tutorial in these games, that's right. Yeah, I thought Rattata could get cut, found out afterwards it couldn't, so I still had to go get a different Pokemon. So I think I ended up getting a Bellsprout in Route 24. But I don't remember now. So if you could look that up. Like, what's the first Pokemon I can get that learns Cut? I honestly don't remember. In some ways I want to say it is Oddish and Bellsprout. Sandshrew might. Oh, I'm playing blue. Sandshrews not in that. Bulbasaur might actually struggle a little bit in these woods because the way the original games are designed is weird. And I don't remember all the details of it. Sometimes it'll say super effective when a move is not, just because it technically is against the first of the Pokemon's type. So like this Weedle using Poison Sting might say super effective even when it's not. Like, see, that does... Oh, so it's not very effective. That's... I don't remember why it does that. Maybe I'm misremembering things. Okay. So now this force might actually be easy for Bulbasaur. I don't even remember how types work in this game. It's weird. Oddish, Routes 5, 6, and 7. That's what I thought. Oddish was the first one. Oh wait, does Paris learn it? Was Paris not Link Up? Because Paris is in Mount Moon, isn't it? Or is that just in later games? Okay. If we find a Metapod or Kakuna soon, I might actually use Leech Seed to get some health off of it. Because again, I don't want to use our healing items if we don't need to yet. I swear, not staged. Hilariously convenient though. Also, we'll make this fight go by quicker. Because again, we're gonna fight every fight. If we have to go back to heal PP, that sucks. But it is what it is. Okay, so Paris Mount Moon is the first one then. Okay. So when we're in Pewter, I'll pick up Pokeballs. Because it's actually not a hard Pokemon to get, so... Save PP here. Or Beedrill. I'm not leveling up Kakuna or Weedle, so... I won't count Beedrill on that one. I specifically meant like a Pokemon we could catch that learned it. So... Paris it is. There we go. Okay. I think Bulbasaur learns Vine Whip at like 12? Okay. Once we get through the Viridian Forest, we'll run back, go fight the rival. I could Leech Seed on every Pokemon? Just to reduce the damage taken and PP usage? Yeah, we're gonna do that. But if Weedle keeps hitting us... There we go, okay. Thank you? At least we can't be poisoned. That'll be an interesting experience for the later guys. Charmander and Squirtle. This challenge is gonna give me a reason to use Chikorita in Gen 2. I've tried a couple times in Heart Gold Soul Silver to use Chikorita, and it's not awful, but it's pretty rough. I've never done it in a challenge like this, though, so... Okay, free healing, so we'll get that off. I guess the question is now, do we think Bulbasaur can take on Rival 2 by itself? I imagine we're going to be level 10 or 11 by the time we get to it. Man, that damage is nothing. Good thing we Leech Seeded it. We may actually have to go back and get PP up. Like, heal for PP. Excuse me. Oh, Gen 1 misses. Let's go. Although, no, doesn't Tackle have, like, 95 base accuracy in this game anyways? I know there's mechanics in this game that you miss. Like, I forget what the chance is, but there is a chance to miss anyways. But I don't think Tackle's 100% accurate anyways. Oh my gosh, there's another Pokemon. 10 Tackles. We definitely defeat Wheel in 10 Tackles, but we're definitely going back for the PP. To be fair, like I said, I imagine Squirtle and Charmander get poisoned a lot more than Bulbasaur. Well, obviously Bulbasaur can't be poisoned, but like, we'll get poisoned throughout this, so we'll have to go back to heal them for poison as well. So it's not like it's giving any unfair advantage by going back, meaning more wild encounters, although I could have went around. But... I will try to avoid grass now. Just because we have no PP and we don't want to, like, Leech Seed stall. I will avoid or like run from battles if the Pokemon has no offensive moves, because I'm not gonna struggle. I'm not gonna struggle to get through battles, but besides that, I don't see any reason why I should be running from anything. So I do expect a little bit of a level difference at the end of the game for each Pokemon. Which I do have the columns a little screwed up for that, then. We'll go check that. I'll either check it after stream. Yeah, I'll probably check it after stream. I'll probably just add one after the totals, just to write down what level the Pokemon ends at. Just so that way I have it, because I was just thinking, it's like, how am I going to remember what level the Venusaur is? Should go through the grass. Okay. Again, I will go through the grass here, because I probably will with the others as well, so... Balance. I'm gonna go up this way, just because this item. I'm not gonna go through every single grass patch that I see. It's just whatever route I think I'll take for every single one of them. Caterpie. I do imagine all three of them getting through Viridian Forest, no problem. Bulbasaur probably will actually struggle more than people think it should. One of the things with Bulbasaur is that, like, Tackle and Vine Whip aren't super strong. Like, Vine Whip will do work in Brock's gym, obviously. But against, like, Rattatas and that, Vine Whip, at least in my experience, Vine Whip feels weaker than, say, Water Gun and Ember. So, we'll see how it goes. That's the thing, I'm actually kind of curious to see the difference. I probably should Leech Seed this. Yeah, I'm gonna Leech Seed this. It only does 3, so... The Bulbasaur, or like Venusaur run in general, will probably be Leech Seed spam, so... That's the one thing it really has over the rest. It does have Sleep Powder and Leech Seed. So some of the harder fights will be trivialized by that. And there's always Gen 1 misses. the hiccups in. I'm actually kind of surprised how easily Bulbasaur got through that fight. Then again, I think... Is it yellow that's a Butterfree? There is one of the games where they changed that to be something stronger. Might be yellow. Which I think technically is actually weaker, because you're playing yellow, you have Pikachu. Butterfree is weak to Pikachu. Okay, so we're gonna go take on Rival 2 now. Hopefully we don't run into too many wild Pokemon. I am curious, with anybody that's in here who's willing to message, obviously, what do you guys think will be the Pokemon, or the starter, of this generation that'll have the hardest time playing through the game? Leech Seed, just to get through this a little bit quicker. I know myself, I do kind of gotta lean Charmander. I know it probably still will have some of the worst times in the early game. Like, Misty's going to be a wall. There's nothing we can, like, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, Bulbasaur might be able to first try Misty, but I don't even know if Squirtle's going to be able to beat Misty as quickly as Bulbasaur will, so... Yeah. Charmander, yeah. It's just Brock and Misty that I really think is going to cause the biggest issues. Which is weird to say Brock, but like... I think Charmander can get through Brock pretty easily. I'm not sure, though. There's still that chance he doesn't. So, or it doesn't. I will hop down that. I probably will for all of them, because just holding down. Was Metapod the only thing I battled the whole way here? Yeah, it was. Okay, so we're just going to go fight him. I don't think the PP is going to be that much of an issue. Yeah, I don't think the Nidorans... I don't think the Nidorans are here in this game. Phlegm. Yeah, I don't think the Nidorans are here in this game, but I don't think they learn Cut anyways, so... Okay, Mr. Wilhelm. So, one thing that's gonna suck is... Sand Attack is gonna be the... Yeah. Sand Attack might have already decided this battle. Okay, we got the Leech Seed. That's the important thing. We need to get Leech Seed on Charmander, or yeah, we lose. I am gonna spam Growl. I can't remember if status conditions have the same accuracy check. That's still doing so much damage. Okay. There is a part of me that wonders... Oh, I should have healed at Viridian. For the off chance that I lose this, I should have healed. But I am gonna lose this. But was that... I guess the question comes, chat, do we think that losing this fight is because of Bulbasaur or because of me? Like, if I didn't growl, if I just tackled right away, could I have come out on top on this one? Because I don't now. That matters. Does the Charmander have Ember yet? I am gonna potion. It might not matter. I'm not gonna use too many, but I will use one here. Crit 25. Hits the Leech Seed. I might growl here as well. We might actually come out on top somehow. Do status moves affect the same... have the same, like, accuracy check? They must! Oh my gosh, I did not know that. Okay, we have to growl now. We've lost so much attack that we have to. Just to stay in this battle. Thank you. Okay. That's okay, that's okay. We can growl all day long. Growl means... he's not hitting us, so we're healing. And the more we growl him, the less he does, the more we heal. Okay, status moves definitely have that accuracy check. If he hits us with Scratch, next Scratch attack he hits us with, we will be switching to Tackle, just to start doing some damage. Okay, there we go. No, once we go below 15, we'll switch to Tackle. Okay, now we will. I know we're back up to 15, but we're gonna start tackling. We gotta get damage, and it's gonna be hard to hit him as it is. We win this, I think, though. But this is what I mean, like, we're over-leveled, but by no means was this an easy win. Oh, that crit mattered. I think we still win this, but it's close. We have to hit a couple tackles, I think, here. Ooh, okay. Lucky Growler. If he just goes for scratches from this point, we lose, but... okay, we've hit, like, a bunch of tackles in a row here. A couple crits could doom us. Okay, I think we made it. I guess now it comes to the score. Oh my gosh, we're still not out. There we go, okay. What score do we give this? Because we got through it. We used one potion, so obviously it was not easy. I'm not going to count it as over-leveled because all of them will be at the same level, roughly. So I don't think it's an over-leveled situation here. But, that being said, we did use a potion. Leech Seed spam. Saved us. Because I think, without Leech Seed, we lost that for sure. I kind of want to give it a 6 or a 7. Because I think most of the times, we got really lucky with our Leech Seeds, so I think at least a 6. Because, like, obviously 5 is the average, right? And I think, on average, we do lose that. Because there was a lot of times we probably should have. The AI was kind of dumb in Charmander. Pidgey was a struggle. And we got lucky. I don't think I played to the best either, though. I think a 6 is fair game. I think the other two will actually have an easier time. Like I said, Tackle's just not very good on Bulbasaur. So, I think a 6. If anybody thinks it should be a little higher, A, 100% understand, and B, I will absolutely raise it, because I do think a 7 is not a bad decision either. We lucked out. Bad AI. We hit Leech Seed. Like, bad AI and good accuracy hits when we needed them really saved our butt. Okay, we even hit quite a few tackles that we probably shouldn't have with the amount of times we got sand attacked. And while I know this game's accuracy is based on speed, Bulbasaur's speed is not that high. Yeah, it's 17, it's low. Its special attack is its highest, and it has no special attacking moves right now. Because this game still plays with the stats being related to, like, special and physical being related to types, not individual attacks. So, yeah, I think we kind of got lucky there. Again, if you think it should be higher, let me know. That was a rough one. Kind of a wild fight, though. I really didn't expect us to come through and win that one. Good on you, Bulbasaur. Good on you. What's kind of scary is we don't have... Hello, Pikachu. That's an incredibly rare spawn. I'm not gonna get Flash, by the way. I may regret that later. But last I checked, I know how to get through that rock tunnel. It's been a little bit since I've done it, but I'm pretty sure. Plus, in this game, dark is a stretch. You'll see when we get there, but like the walls are kind of luminescent. I was kind of hoping we'd hit 13 before we get to Brock. This might actually be more of a challenge because we don't have Vine Whip yet. Without Vine Whip, Bulbasaur doesn't have anything. Leech Seed's gonna help us, but like... Bind is the concern. We should be level 13 by the time we take on Onix, though. This will be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, so far, and I know it's only 2 big fights so far, but like, I don't think it's a stretch to say Bulbasaur is underperforming. And Bulbasaur's 1-1 in important fights right now, but it's still underperforming in my opinion. But, again, I think that that Rival 2 fight is hard. Sand Attack Pidgey to start is kind of BS. And again, without moves like Vine Whip, Razor Leaf, Bulbasaur doesn't really have the greatest moves. Tackle's not great. And Bulbasaur's stats do not lend to Tackle well either. This Diglett might actually hit some crits because Diglett and Dugtrio are randomly fast. I shouldn't say randomly. Crits are based on speed, I know. Man, Leech Seed's healing nothing right now either. Weirdly enough, this Diglett's not getting a lot of crits yet. Somehow, we survive. Please kill. Somehow we survived Diglett. But that was a struggle and a half. Good, okay. I think we get Vine Whip? Yeah, okay. Now the game should be much easier. Oh, I forgot how cute Sandshrews sprite is in this game. Look at the change. We get Vine Whip, that nearly one-shotted. We have to go heal? Also, I took a chance there. I don't know if we outsped that Sandshrew. We did twice, but it could have been a speed tie. As funny as it would be going in and wrecking Brock with that low of HP, I'm not taking the chance. So Vine Whip does change things. Vine Whip should make Brock a cinch. Funny enough, I don't think Vine Whip would have helped against Rival 2. The higher HP and stats might have, but I don't know if it would have. Sand Attack was what mostly did us in there on that fight, so. Alright, let's go see if Bulbasaur can, in fact, beat Brock pretty easily. Bum, 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 bum. Vine Whip should OHKO both these, though. Yeah. What's also kind of impressive is, Bulbasaur's still not over-leveled. Oh, that's not fun. Warning to, headphone users. And that's a one-shot. Okay. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This is a tough one. I don't know. How do we rank that? I think I might be giving that a 1. I know, it's tough. That was a tough one to decide. I think I might be giving that a 1, though. Sorry, Brock. Bulbasaur's not your matchup. And again, he wasn't even over-leveled. Like, he's the same level as Brock's ace. So it's not like, oh, Bulbasaur just outpowered him. Like, that was just a bad matchup. Bide. I will not be teaching that to any of my Pokemon. I will be selling that. I don't think we're going to need a ton of potions, so I don't think we're going to need a ton of money, even. But it can't hurt. We might need TMs, but I think even that we don't. I don't remember, but for some reason I thought Venusaur got Sword Stance in this game. I could be wrong there. If it does, that's hilarious, and Sword Stance into Earthquake would go wild. Absolutely wild. Because Venusaur's physical attack doesn't suck. Bulbasaur's does. Venusaur's not so much. Yeah, 1,000 for Bide. Yeah, we need a few more Pokeballs. Not a ton. We probably should have caught Pidgey already. Maybe we'll go do that first. This might be all the Pokeballs we need. What do we have? Antidotes, potions. I'm not gonna buy any more potions right now. Should be fine. Let's go get Pidgey. Oh lolly, look at that! Level 15 doesn't kill level 4 with one tackle, right? I mean... right? That was a wild chance to take. We will immediately box that. It's only going to be on our party when we need to use Fly, which again, at most 3 times. It will be the same for Charmander, Squirtle, and it will be the same for this Bulbasaur. Pidgey, bye-bye. Okay. So I think it is fair to say that, yes, Charmander is going to struggle a lot more against Brock than Bulbasaur will. I don't think there's any doubt on that one. We'll see if it struggles as much as we think it does. To be fair, Bulbasaur struggled against Rival 2 more than I thought it would. So maybe Charmander has an easier time against some of these than we think. Oh, we have speed Pidgeys now. Okay, that's good. And it didn't use Sand Attack. Alright. Does Leech Seed do significantly less than it does in newer games? Because there's no way that's one. Oh, I just hit Leech Seed again. Oopsies. Woo, we got lucky there. That turn did not matter. I wanted to see what Vine Whip did. Yeah, not great. Okay, Tackle's better for Pidgeys. Okay. Wait, it does? So it gets stronger each turn? That's hilarious. Stop using Gust. Sleep Powder will be clutch for these Pidgeys. Because, like, I'm still struggling. I'm 6 levels higher. Good, waste a turn. That's okay. Oh, Gen 1 is such a mess. I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna go continue on. Should we go back and heal? Probably. Now I know bugs resist grass, so once again we can't do Vine Whip. And yes, get ready for every single battle for me to use Leech Seed first turn, because especially right now, that's all Bulbasaur's got. Like, look at this. Bulbasaur is 5 levels higher than Caterpie, doesn't even do 50% with a tackle. Doesn't even do 50% with a tackle. Honestly, not leveling up right there is kind of the best thing that could have happened to us. Because I can't remember if Ivysaur learned Sleep Powder right away. Might not. Oh, randomly does like 60 to 70% to Weedle with Tackle. That's crazy. Is Caterpie bulky? Oh, we still didn't level up. That's crazy, too. Oh, I mashed A, and we're using Leech Seed again. Okay. And good. Level up. Perfect. What? Bulba is evolving! Alright. This alone makes Misty so much easier. Obviously, we're gonna get Venusaur before Misty, but yeah, just having that boosted stats. Okay. I'm gonna go heal because I know Leech Seed is low PP. Tackle might be. Caterpie has a defense of 50. Special of 80. It's kind of high. Kind of insanely high for a basic Pokemon. That's crazy. Although the special wouldn't take into effect Tackle, but still. Randomly caked up Caterpie. I don't think 50 defense is anything to cry home about, but I guess for a basic Pokemon, it's still a little on the higher side. Oh yes, finally! Vine Whip. Might not use Leech Seed every fight now because Vine Whip on Rattatatus, yeah, that's a lot. I don't need Leech Seed for that. Let's not waste PP when we don't need to. Now this, on the other hand, we will Leech Seed because I think Poison resist Bug or Grass, sorry. And there's Wrap. Gen 1 Wrap sucks. Oh! Butterfree's special attack was only 80? I know they buff it eventually. Man, Bulbasaur, your tackle does nothing. Oh goodness. Whew! Wrap missed. Poison does resist grass, okay. Rip headphone users? So, I can't remember if grass types can be seeded in this game. If they can't, Erica's gym's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna fight all the trainers. Again, we're gonna fight as much as we can just to keep things equal and grinding to a minimum. Again, it will make things over-leveled, but it's partly also for fun, so like... Sometimes being over-leveled and just hitting things and watching them go down is fun. Go figure. I definitely think after this, I might look up Bulbasaur's TM learn pool. Just to see, like, does it get anything crazy cool? I'm like 90% certain though. I don't know if the bubbles from my drink is in the mic. I'm like 90% sure though that Venusaur learns Earthquake. And if it does, that's gonna be fun. Even with weaker attack stat than it should, honestly. To be fair, Venusaur's a weird Pokemon because it looks like it should just be tanky. And while it does have decent defenses, it's weirdly equal speed, if I remember, to the other two. And decent attack. Like, it's just a decent Pokemon. Yeah, 17. Is this when we learn Sleep Powder? Nope. Must be 18. I don't know what else we're gonna face, so... That was the right choice. Leech Seed, especially in this generation, is better for long, drawn-out battles. Speaking of... everybody's favorite long, drawn-out battle of Pokemon, Metapod. MASH A Simulator. Oh, what'll be interesting is I actually don't have a name for Charizard. Like, Bulba is the name I've always, since 2000, it's always been the name I've gone with Bulbasaur since I started playing Pokemon. So Bulba is just always gonna be it, but like, Charmander and Squirtle I don't really have names for. In the past I've gone with like Kamix for Squirtle, but that's because my friend uses it. But like, yeah, I don't really have a name for them. Okay. We're gonna do this one first. It'll be cool, maybe get chat, see what they think. Okay, Spearow. I think flying resists grass. Everything resists grass. What am I talking about? Also, this thing's level 14, like, somehow, even though I'm just using one Pokemon, I'm not even that high, like, overleveled. Crit? Oh, Vinyl has high crit chance, doesn't it? My lord, Peck does a lot. Back up, Spearow. Low defense, right? Okay. Well, crit again. Now my speed's starting to be a factor, which is fine. I think we needed that. That thing might have actually been a threat if we weren't A, overleveled, and B, faster. It'll be interesting going through Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Even Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I probably won't take on Red, but I might, we'll see. I'm just thinking probably not, because thinking about the levels, we'd have to have like a level 90 or higher starter. And that game's notoriously known for its odd levels. I can't see us beating the league twice and having a level 90 Pokemon. And even then, 90 might not be enough. I might want to Leech Seed this. But that's for future relevance. It might be too late, but... Oh! Does this thing not have Peck? I know the AI is not hugely intelligent in this game, but does this thing not have Peck? Did they give it Peck in later gen? Or in yellow? Doesn't matter now. These sounds are so nostalgic. That being said, the champion fight, that's not nostalgic. That's just amazing. I'm gonna go heal. We fought a lot, our PP is low. Don't want to die. There's still a couple more fights before the next Pokemon Center, so... we will have Paris. Can we get Paris before we get too far in Mount Moon? I know it's in, like, the weird segue parts of Mount Moon. I'm just not sure... would it be worthwhile to head back? Or would it be better just to work through Mount Moon? I'm just trying to think, because, like, I don't want to be put into a scenario where I have to use the Paris. Like, if Bulbasaur or Ivysaur faints for some reason, like, say PP is getting low, etc. I don't want to be put in a situation where the Paris comes up, right? So in some ways, I wonder if it'd be worthwhile to just wait for Oddish and Bellsprout anyways. We'll see. We'll see. Because I know there's a couple ladders early on, but I don't think they go to a Segway area. Ah, my bad coughing fit. That's actually a good question. What are we gonna do about Paris here? Is it smarter to go get it and then run out? Because if we do that, we have to deal with all three. Or else it gives unfair advantage. But I guess we probably will be doing it with all three anyways, because we're not going to teach Cut to any of them. But yeah, okay, that should be fine. If I remember correctly, this is a Jigglypuff or a Clefairy, and it used this thing. Jigglypuff. That has seen some things. Most of the sprites are like, okay, whatever, just early versions. That's terrifying. Apparently I can see the future, because holy... Should have Leech Seed. Also, that's a lot of damage. Apparently I can see the future, because this thing puts me to sleep and disables Leech Seed. Are you kidding me? Bugger off. I'm awake! Get out of here. Also, when Disable randomly disabled your moves. Tackle. I feel like Tackle was probably the play from the beginning, because that probably had high special. Or at least higher special. William, was Stab a thing in these generations? Like, I genuinely don't know if Stab was something that came out later. If it was a thing in these games. No, we're not getting Magikarp. We'll use a Rod to get Surfing Pokemon. Actually, we can get Lapras. We don't need Surf before that. And Lapras can learn Surf and Strength, can't it? I've talked to this Pokemon Center 3 times now, and I'm fully healed. Well, that took a while. Okay, being overleveled should start taking an effect now, but that's fine, because this game kinda sucks to go through. More TMs to sell! Because I truly don't think we're gonna get a single TM that we're gonna use besides Earthquake in Silphco. And I'm pretty sure that's where it is. It's in Silphco. I want to say, like, I'm 95% sure that it's in Silphco. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is. It's water gun. Where's this water gun? No, this is escape rope, isn't it? No potion, okay. So yeah, that was water gun. It's kind of weird looking back on these games, so it's like, oh, water gun was a TM, like, they considered it that special that they made it a TM. Insane. Go. Oh, stabs in this game, okay. Regardless, I'm pretty sure I'm right about Earthquake. Okay. Tackle is starting to two-shot things. You'll see Leech Seed less. That matters. I'm still gonna go heal, which sucks because we fought one trainer. Also, besides Toxic, I don't think Venusaur learns a single poison move. Well, Poison Powder. Also, we still haven't learned Poison Powder or Sleep Powder yet. It's kind of wild. Again, not that it's mattered too much, but it will for Rival 3. We're gonna do Misty first. I will say for all three, we will fight Misty before we try Rival 3. Like, we'll try Misty with all three of them. I have a funny feeling both Wartortle and Charmeleon will not beat Misty first go. Ivysaur should. They're probably going to be close to level 27 by the time we get to Misty. Maybe a little bit lower, but still. This cave is gonna see us jump up quite a bit in levels. There's a lot of fights in here. And then on top with the wild Pokemon, yeah, I think we're gonna grow quite a bit of levels. How bulky are you? Oh my lord! Okay, Leech Seed. You are correct. Silphco Earthquake is what I'm saying? Or what you're saying I'm correct on? Or Clefairy being bulky. Oh, no poison. Okay. I mentioned a few things, I'm like, wait, which one am I correct on? Yeah, Venusaur not knowing any poison type moves, I was pretty sure. Again, this was the one that I used the most, was Venusaur. I've definitely played through this generation with all three, but... Fun fact, Charizard doesn't learn Fly. For some reason, in red and blue, Charizard doesn't learn Fly. In yellow, it does. Oh, good, one shot. Let's go. That's making things a lot easier. Okay, let's go see if we can get Paris now, or if we have to wait. That's creepy! But also, I don't think you're supposed to be on this floor! Vine Whip won't kill, it should ×2 resist, yeah. I just think Tackle at this point might actually kill, so we're gonna weaken with Vine Whip. That still was close, holy crits! Dude, we both got crits, so I guess it's fair. We just gotta remember that both Pidgey and Paris are in the box. There we go. We're gonna go immediately put it in the box. No shenanigans, so... Okay, that's a crazy encounter. That's rare, too, and I also didn't think it was on this floor. Do they not have different encounter tables in this game? Is it like every Pokemon that can be found in Mount Moon can be found on all floors of Mount Moon? That's the only thing that makes sense, because I'm pretty positive both Paris and Clefairy in later generations are not found on this floor. Also, Zubat's supposed to be way more annoying, but like, while we have fought a lot of them, we've already seen 2 of the rarer spawns. No Geodude yet, though. Unless Geodude's not till Rock Tunnel. That could be me forgetting. We're not gonna get through this cave at this rate. Hopefully the others struggle a little bit with that too. Okay. It's kind of cool that they make the sound when they're deposited. There's a Magikarp in here we could buy. We're not buying it. It doesn't learn Surf, so... Legitimately, if it could learn Surf, I probably would. It would be a little bit easier. Lapras is just as easy, though. And again, learn Strength. Oh, we will not be playing the Let's Go games. There's no point. Again, whatever game you pick, that's the starter you get. So, Pikachu or Eevee. I thought Paris and Clefairy were here. Jidid's here. That's funny. I'm speaking things into existence. But again, yeah, we won't be playing Let's Go at all because it doesn't make sense. You have to pick Pikachu and Pikachu, and you have to pick Eevee and Eevee. And it's not really like you can compare the two that well anyways, because they're both cracked up. Like, both Pikachu and Eevee in that game are given a bunch of new moves. Their stats are raised, like, for some reason. Also, the battling system in that game is very different. But for some reason, both of them are designed to be able to solo their game anyways. So they're just given, like, a ton of strong moves. It wouldn't be much of a challenge. So, and it's just comparing Pikachu to Eevee. It's not even like, in this, we're comparing Venusaur to Charizard to Blastoise. So... I don't think there's another game we're not playing. I'm trying to think. So, in my head, what I've mapped out already is Blue, Crystal, because Gold, Silver, and Crystal, I believe, are all the same. There's not enough differences to warrant playing Gold and or Silver, and not, like, without playing before Crystal. Like, I don't see a point in playing Crystal and Gold and Silver. So, yeah, it's gonna be Blue, Crystal. Unfortunately, we will be playing Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, because there is enough differences between those three to warrant playing all three of them. We will play Diamond and Platinum. Diamond and Pearl are the same, so we don't need to play both of those. But there's enough differences between Diamond and Platinum to warrant playing both of them. 5th gen, Black, White, Black 2, White 2. I'm not sure which ones, probably White and Black 2. Mainly because I like Zekrom, and I just want to see him. I won't use that, I'll sell that. Then following that, X and Y. There's no differences, so it doesn't matter. I feel like I play X a lot, so I'll probably play X. Not for any reason, I just end up playing it the most. Oh, Fire Red and Leaf Green I did pass over, but we will be playing them. Same with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It won't be both of each of them, it'll be probably Fire Red and then... probably Heart Gold? I don't like the Whirl Islands. Not that it should make that much of a difference between Burn Tower, or Tin Tower and Whirl Islands, but... I'm just gonna do one of them. Because if that's the only difference, it shouldn't be that big of a difference. And at that point in the game, you should be fine against the wild Pokemon, and even the Legends shouldn't be posing that much of an issue. So, yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. 5th Gen 1 versus Gen. Again, we will unfortunately have to play both Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. There is enough differences between the two that it matters, and there's enough differences between all of the remakes and their original versions. So, like, Fire Red, Leaf Green, there is enough differences between that and Red and Blue. There's a ton. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, same thing. There's enough differences between them and Gold, Silver, Crystal. One of the biggest things being the special physical split, but also new moves, abilities were added, etc. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, not as much changes, but the physical special split is the big one. Plus, Megas are in that game, and part of the story. And just new moves changes a little bit. Though, that being said, I don't think we have to play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Because they are faithful remakes to Diamond and Pearl. And Special Physical Split has been implemented. So while there's new moves, I don't think that warrants playing them again. So yeah, I think that's one of the very few games we will be skipping is Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Which actually kind of makes me sad, because I don't hate them. It would be nice to have a reason to play them again, though. But oh well. I'm not gonna do it just for the sake of doing it. Not on stream, anyways. Anyways, back to that. It's Gen 7. Both Sun and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I'm not gonna play Sun and Moon. It'll be one or the other. Probably Sun. Again, I don't think there's any differences. A few totems are slightly different, but I don't think they'll matter that much. But Sun and then Ultra, those will be different enough to warrant playing. Sword and Shield. Thinking about it, I think I have to play both, because there is different gym leaders for each one. So yeah, we'll have to play both. I won't have to use the DLCs, because they're not going to be relevant at all. And then Scarlet and Violet, I think it's the same. I think they are the same. If somebody can correct me on that one, but I think Scarlet and Violet are the same, so I only have to play one of those. Obviously, the Legends games I'm not going to include. Correct, okay. I could include, because especially ZA, Legends Arceus I won't, because that game isn't about battling. I mean, all the major fights happen outside of battles. Whereas ZA they don't, so ZA I could see a reason to do ZA. If people want to see ZA, I will do ZA, but we'll see. That one's a hinge one that we might. But I guess it does have starters. 3 different ones that can be comparable. While the fights are similar to Legends Arceus, where you are dodging things, you still have to use your Pokemon to attack. So yeah, we might do ZA. That'll be really interesting, actually, I think. Doing all the Rogue Megas to see which one is strongest against it. Although, I guess the end fight, you have to use Zygarde. So that's just kind of awkward. That we'll play most of the game with our starter, and then the last fight, we can't. But I guess you still do. Yeah, we might do CA. Kind of convinced myself there. Escape rope! I think I'm gonna go heal while we're still near the starting of the cave. Also, we spent most of the time talking, but we kind of flew through a lot of battles there. One of the harder fights for Ivysaur is coming up too. Because this lady has Oddish and Bellsprout, if I remember correctly. She has Oddish at least. You are seeing the level difference really come into its own though, because like these Zubats are going down fairly easily now. It's still doing a lot of damage to us though, which is why we gotta go heal. I probably could use the speed up button. I think some people would understand that, but I don't want to. Hey, it doesn't feel genuine to the challenge because we're trying to see what starter would be the best. And it's not really seeing what starter is the best if we're just speeding through. Like, the best on your playthrough. So, not everybody's going to be playing through on an emulator or anything like that, so... Just playing casually, at casual speed, I think it's fine. And it's not that super uptight that we need to specifically have a fast time or anything like that. Like, it's kind of like this leisurely, like, yes, it's a challenge, but it is mostly for fun, so. Okay, been down there. Okay, we're going around the corner. We're heading towards the end game of this tunnel. Slowly but surely, we are trying to get through this. I really don't think we're gonna get through it though tonight. Just looking at the time, like that's kind of crazy. Mount Moon is wild. Yeah, this is gonna be. This is gonna be a test to Ivysaur's attack stat. Because this Oddish isn't super high level, but we can't Leech Seed it. We can't Vine Whip it. Okay. Absorb's gonna do nothing. Yeah. So not super hard, but like... Considering we're 10 levels higher and we had to 3-hit kill this thing. 4-hit because we missed. It really does go to show you that, like, Tackle sucks. I don't think it's Ivysaur's fault. Tackle sucks. It is a Bellsprout. Okay, I was right. At least that's a 2-shot. Thankfully, we didn't miss. Okay. Again, we're gonna fight everybody. Again, we're gonna do it for all 3 Pokemon, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not getting the Moonstone. There is a Moonstone, like, right in front of us, but we don't need it yet, so... Or, not, we don't need it at all, so... We won't get it. Hello, yes! It is also the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. Of these games, too. Specifically. Yep. It is crazy. I just got rid of Tackle by pressing A too much. I needed that. And I don't need poison powder. Oh no. Oh wow. This is bad. Especially against this Pokemon. Oof. I was... Yeah, I was not even 2. Yeah, I wasn't even 2 yet. Oh, Rap is so annoying. And I got rid of Tackle, so mad at myself. I know I get Takedown somewhat soon, so not the end of the world, but Leech Seed's gonna come in clutch. Yeah, I was not quite 2 when these games came out. If I've done the math right. Another growl. Just to save PP. Okay, I thought Leech Seed would have taken him out, please. Man, the sounds. I really... Leech Seed damage just feels weird. Nothing happened. You're on your last leg and now you're using Rap? Bye. Okay. Is that submission? I don't remember. I think that's submission. Okay. Oh, I got a rare candy. I will use that. Mega Punch. Do you learn it? That'd be hilarious. Oh no, I think I have seen that clip though. That is so unfortunate if you don't know. I have a funny feeling that was a quick reroll for that randomized Nuzlocke. For anybody who doesn't know, the Reggies all start with just Explosion as their only move. If you pick them out. I think it's if they're before level 10. Da bomb. Oh. Let's see. No, not Confusion on top of that. I really gotta look up Ivysaur's level up moveset in this game. I know I get Takedown, because I know Venusaur eventually gets Double Edge as well. And I really thought I would have gotten Sleep Powder by now. I don't remember what level that's at. This fight's gonna take forever. And my cat can't figure out what I'm doing. I accidentally played 2 Gen 3 of Pokemon. I have played every generation. Gen 2 I technically skipped, but then I went on and played it later on. I don't want to have to use a potion against a Zubat. I actually like Gen 9. Definitely not the best games out there, but I actually enjoyed them. Don't make me use a potion. Okay, good. Can you stop using moves that are hurting? Oh my gosh. I may have to? 55 is when I get double edge, I'm assuming you're saying? Okay, that Vine Whip did more than I thought it would, so yay. And we've hit, let's go. I wouldn't say they didn't innovate though. Like the graphics, yeah, you can't argue that one. The graphics are subpar. But they're always innovating. Especially with Pokemon, they're always trying something new. You can find that with almost any game though. Like I follow a lot of other games, and the things modders can do are always going to be better than the companies. Like, some of the things that modders have added to Elden Ring, it becomes a different game, and even though Elden Ring is an amazing game as it is, some of the things that people have modded in just make it so much better. Oh, I get... okay. I must have always teached my Venusaur double edge. My first game ever was Red. So while I'm playing Blue, it's only because later on Blue became my favorite color. I'm going to die to this Zubat. And it's all because of a tackle. Do I have speed and kill, please? Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna go back and heal, but I am gonna heal up. I'm so mad I did that. Okay. Reminder, do not mash A on level ups. There we go. Gen 3 will always be my favorite, so... Pokemon Sapphire. Yellow is such an interesting case. I'm out of Vine Whip. Oh, against Onyx too, and I have no Vine Whips. Ugh. Oh, you can get rid of that Pikachu. You absolutely can. You can trade it, you can box it. You absolutely can get rid of that Pikachu. And it's funny because if you trade it and trade it back, it will no longer follow you. I can't remember if it's the same if you box it, but I know if you trade it, even if you traded it back, it will not follow you. Yellow's weird because it tries to teach you, like, it tries to really force you to use a lot of different Pokemon without really making it super obvious. Do I not get takedown? That must be later gens if they added that. TM, okay. I think later gens they added both takedown and double edge to the level up move pool then for Ivysaur. Oh, yeah, you have to have the others. But that's the same with like most of the games. You have to have multiple copies of the same generation. But also, because Gen 1 has the I keep saying friend, but the Savari Zone, trying to get the Pokedex is a nightmare in general in Gen 1, because the Savari Zone sucks. Gen 4? I don't know why I thought Gen 3... I could have sworn Fire Red and Leaf Green, you get takedown, at least. On Ivysaur and Venusaur. Interesting. Yeah, it's true. Encounters are awful. Yellow, like I said, is a very awkward game. It feels like they went too far on trying weird things on that one. Partially because they really wanted to tie the games in with the anime. This fight took way longer than it really should have with a grass type. Emerald is so good. I love Emerald. I have no attacking moves. I have to escape rope here. Oh, this is so bad. I don't want to have to run from Pokemon, but like... Oh, that's sick. I did that in Platinum, because Platinum's also one of my favorites for Shiny Giratina. Because Giratina is one of my favorite Pokemon. Oh, this is bad. I may break one of my rules and actually run from wild Pokemon in here. Especially Zubats. I finally got 10 PP on Vine Whip. Shiny Rayquaza is so sick. I'm glad they gave that treatment to Groudon and Kyogre in their primals. I wish that was their regular shinies. Yeah, I'm gonna fight you. One of the saving graces for me is that we don't have to fight a whole lot of trainers now. If the Zubat encounters can stay to a minimum, that would be ideal. I'm so mad at myself. That's a Moonstone, we don't need it. I don't even think it's worth selling, so... I don't remember what this is. This might be... Oh, maybe it's only Fire Red that there's an item there. Or there might be, and I just don't remember where it's at. It's invisible. If this is a Zubat, I don't mind running from it. This might be a case of Charmander and Squirtle getting a little more experience in Mount Moon. But to be fair, they might actually need it, so... You win some, you lose some. This Raticate could be scary, but I feel like with our moves we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. I don't know if Vine Whip matters here, but... Yeah, we're gonna Poison Powder. I'm trying to think of the scientist at the end. He uses Voltorb. I think coughing and wheezing? Or Grimer? Oh, that might hurt. Crit, okay. I probably should have just Vine Whip got this over with. I'm trying to think if I need to save some of my PP for things. Okay, that's not so bad. Some of the encounter rates and lowers. Yep. Yep. Maybe that's the game I was thinking of. I was mentioning earlier that I thought Paris and Clefairy were on specific floors in here, but then I found both of them on the first floor, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. Maybe it's yellow that I was thinking of. Oh, I really want to hit you. Why does Vine Whip only have 10 PP in this game? I'll regret it later. Yeah, exactly. Yellow. I'm glad I'm not playing it for this series, because... like I said, it's a very awkward game. Rinse and repeating there, but it really is such an awkward game. Thank goodness I'm not playing. Oh, Judith, why are you tempting me? I don't want to waste all my Vine Whips. I'm still gonna hit it. At least Poison Powder has come in clutch. I would have rather get rid of Growl for it. I just learned about that glitch within the last 2 weeks. I didn't know about that. I knew about a lot of similar glitches. Like, I knew a lot about, like, the ROM warps and stuff like that, and, like, oh, what do you call it? Not overclocking, but, like, overloading the game. You discovered it as a kid by accident. That's crazy. Like, I know that you can essentially encounter anything you want by a bunch of different glitches and manipulating data by overloading it. So that I knew about. I did not know you could specifically get a level 100 of Gengar. Gengar, Nidoking, Ivysaur I think is one. Because there's a couple that you can get through it. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it is, but it is the process of overloading the game by making numbers higher than what the game can register at. I just don't remember either. Like I said, I only found out about this like last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that. That's not enough for a kill, and I'm gonna run out of moves. Awesome. And I'm gonna have to heal after this fight. And I have to hit it. I don't know if I get through Grimer. Okay, we're gonna do something potentially silly, but we're gonna run away. You're rude, G-dude. Yeah, we're gonna have to run back. Yes, yes, you have to be poisoned. You have to white out and get an encounter at the exact same time as the final battle in the forest. Yeah. Yeah. There's a similar trick to get Mew in this game as well. Not exactly the same, but if you use Fly as you battle a trainer, and then you go battle a different trainer and encounters Mew. I think it's very specific trainers, but yeah. If I remember correctly, you do need Cut before SS Ann, I think, is part of it. It's not the truck, I know that. But there is a way to encounter Mew in this game. You force the game to read the encounter as the 151st Pokemon. let's see, looking at the time, let's see if we have enough time to go heal and get back to where we were. Luckily enough, because I'm running from all these Pokemon, even though I wasn't going to run from Pokemon, yeah, you can get every single Pokemon in one cartridge without trading due to glitches. But yeah, technically because the other two will go through this and not screw up and delete their only damaging move against poison types, I don't even think this is giving it an advantage in any way. Okay. We definitely get back there in time. I am gonna still run because technically we should be. Oh really? As a kid, you never beat this game. To this day, I have never beaten Sonic the Hedgehog 1 or 2 on the Sega Genesis. Even as a kid, like, I'd get to the final boss of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but I never beat it. And to this day, I've not beaten that final boss. To be fair, it's a hard boss. I've even watched speedruns of how they do it, and I've tried to emulate it and still couldn't. That's fair, because they hide strength really weirdly. Because there's no descriptions or anything, like, even if you were somehow lucky enough to find the teeth in the Friendsphere, which that alone is weirdly placed, to know you were supposed to give it to the specific man in a random house, I could easily see people missing that, yeah. Yeah, I'm not that surprised, because it's, while not super obvious, it is kind of in your path to go get Surf. While not impossible to miss, it'd definitely be tricky to miss it. Alright, we should be here, so let's go. There's another Moonstone if you ever need one right there. Alright, because we're back to where we're supposed to be, I will be killing this Geodude. I don't think I'll get over that Vine Whip's a 10 PP move in this game. If I remember correctly, it's like 35 in later gens. Alright, let's see. What do you got for me? What do you use? Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a Voltorb. I think there's a Grimer and a Coughing. Yeah, okay. I love that sprite. That's my Discord sprite. Which actually reminds me, I should probably set up a Discord again. Like a Discord server for this channel. Some of the noises in this game are definitely choices. We're just gonna Vine Whip. Disable missing is huge. Because if it hit Vine Whip, we were done. Bound. Weirdly enough, healing 2 HP now. Guess it shows you that Pokemon's HP have definitely grown. Okay, you are gonna be easy. I'll still do the whole Leech Seed. Screech is worse than Leer. Greatly fell. I don't think that'll matter. I am gonna poison because. Oh. Right. No, okay. Yeah, some of the choices for audio in this game were baffling. Oh my. You got off 2 screeches, and that's still how much your attacks do? Why is that just not working, period? Okay, I'm gonna kill you now. Poison Powder has like 35 PP, but Vine Whip has 10. That makes sense, game. Level up. Okay, don't mash. Let's see if Vine Whip is enough to get through this. Luckily, Leech Seed's been hitting. Oh, there definitely has been. I'm trying to think, but I feel like there definitely has been. Especially the early episodes. That feels like a gimmick they would have done. Violet's doing a surprisingly large amount of damage to these poison types, so that's good. Yeah, I feel like I do remember seeing an episode where, like, Ash pretends to, or not pretends, but, like, accidentally throws, a Voltorb instead of a Pokeball. Doesn't matter what fossil I get, I won't be using it. Alright, let's get out of this cave, and then that'll be it for tonight. Save to be sure. Yeah, I don't remember what that old save file was, but... Alrighty! With that, thank you all for joining tonight. I'm excited to see where this series takes us, and... you know, see how the other starters do, especially, because I think this was really cool and really fun. So... and thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to try to pronounce your name, and I'm sorry if I don't do a great job. Galnarius? FTW3, thank you so much for the follow. We do stream on Mondays and Thursdays. It is Zelda randomizers in general, but right now it's Zelda randomizers on Mondays, and then Pokemon on Thursdays. So thank you. Thank you for an interesting night. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do about that tackle misclick. That kinda sucks, but I'm sure we'll get through it. Thank you all, and hope you all have a good night.